Hi, welcome to Kiki TV. So today I'd like to talk to you about forgiveness. If you are an abuse survivor, you inevitably have spent a lot of time coming to terms with the fact that you were being abused, which means that they say sorry and then you welcome them back in, right? And then they abuse you again and then they say sorry and then you welcome them back in and then they do it again. And then you're in a vicious cycle of abuse. And so for me, growing up, I am an abuse survivor. If you follow me on any of the social media platforms, Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, you know that I'm an abuse survivor, which is why I became a holistic psychotherapist to help people to also heal from abuse. We don't trust forgiveness because forgiveness has kicked our butts over and over again, literally and figuratively. So now, cut to the pandemic. I was getting this healing called pranic healing, and this woman said to me, I want you to do this forgiveness meditation because it's going to help you to purge, and I'll be able to heal you deeper. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't forgive any of the abuse that I went through. And as a matter of fact, I'm holding on tight to that because it protects me, right? Me not forgiving the abusers that did horrible things to me in my life protects me from that ever happening again. But that's not true. That is not true. What it actually does is it holds me in a victimization. It makes me hang on to the anger and the judgment and the rage and the sadness and the grief and the trauma and everything that I've been through. I'm like holding on to it and using it as padding, as if it would protect me. When actually I teach the law of attraction, which is quantum physics. What you think and how you feel creates a vibration that you send out. And then you get that back because life is an echo. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction, says Newton, right? So you want to let all that go. Not for them, but for you, for me. So 3 months ago, I said, okay, I'll do it. She'd been working on me for 1.5 years. And finally I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll start forgiving. Amazing things started happening. So I started doing this forgiveness meditation, which, by the way, I made one on Patreon. If you join, you can do the forgiveness meditation. And I started releasing all of this negative stuff. And I just started feeling, I don't know how, like freer, lighter, happier. I laughed more. And then my husband was like, hey, I have some people that I want to forgive. Let me do it with you. So the two of us started doing it together. And we started just having more fun together. Quality of life was different. And so I looked it up, and research proves that when you forgive, it's good for your blood pressure. It's good for your heart health. It's good for anxiety and depression. It's good for your relationships. It's good for quality of life and longevity. It's good for anger management and frustration tolerance. I mean, there's so many things that forgiveness affects positively. And what I didn't realize was it's for me. And it's not to welcome people back in my life that will hurt me. It is so that I can live a life without carrying around the hurt. And so I forgive them. And spiritually, when you are holding on to anger and grudges and judgment, you're hooking into the abuser, right? So I realized during forgiveness that I cut the cord that binds us because I'm no longer holding on. I'm letting you go. And it's freedom. And it's beautiful. And I will never speak to them again. Because why would I invite someone into my life who would hurt me? I am not that person anymore. And so, if a person says, I'm sorry, and then you invite them back in, and then they don't change their behavior, that's abuse and manipulation. And it's bad for you. And if I invited the abusers back into my life, well, I would have to forgive them every second of every day because of how toxic they are, which would leave me no room for my own wellness. Why would I do that? That's not self-care and that's not self-love. So what I'm trying to say is forgiveness is for us. It's not for them. So I forgive you, I release you, you'll never be allowed to be around me again, and I'm drawing this healthy boundary because I love me more. And I'm free. Forgiveness helps holistic health, body, mind, heart, spirit, soul. And it's wonderful. And it took me a long time to get it because I'm stubborn. But I'm happy to report I do forgiveness meditation a couple of times a week, and it has changed my life. So thank you for listening. Please feel free to comment. I love to hear from you. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Take care of you. And remember, you can heal.